Hey guys, welcome back. We're going to go through, and this time we are going to do a first I should show you. Right, so we're going through, we're going to do the ancient stone shard this time. Right, so here's what we've gotten done as far as quests go. Here's the gear that we have, and here's our current level and stats. Right, so there you go, there's that. So to start off, we're actually not going to go directly to the area where we're going to get the 12 dark, get one of the 12 dark seekers. We're not going to go directly to that area because this is where we're going to go through, and we are going to get the NWN necklace. And this should be here since I've been the only one on since the server restarted. Alright, we're going to go through here, drop these down. Alright, so you're going to go out out of the temple into the city and then go around. Now, if you're paying close attention, this is Eastlands. You've already seen this area a couple of times for both the Wellkeeper quest and the Goblin Chief quest. We're going to go all the way down and out like this. Go around the bottom just so we don't have to deal with as many, so we can avoid as many of the mobs as we can. Then apparently we're going to fight a deer and lose. Okay, there we go. Like, jeez. Right, you can go all the way up to this area transition. Right here, this guy, the Ogre Berserker, you can go through and fight him. He's not super hard, and at level 3 you should be able to take at least the first half of this area. All of these guys you can go through and fight, and as usual I'm just going to ignore all of them and go past because I'm trying to make these videos shorter. The last one, the Wellkeeper one, was not short, and that's just what it is, sorry. Right, so go into this old box, you're going to grab this necklace, and it's not going to be identified, and chances are if you're at a low enough level where you need this necklace, you will probably not be able to identify it either. But never fear, because there are two ways to go through and get it identified. First one is just normal standard talk to a vendor. The other one is if you still have the foul tasting potion of lore laying around, you can do it that way. You can also go through and buy a potion of lore. I'm going to go through and do that one right now just to double check, but I believe that one actually costs less than 100 gold pieces. So just to be on the safe side. Alright, and as far as going through and getting that potion of lore, we would actually want to go through and start by taking it by talking to the magic imbiber. He's the one who lives in the sewer, who sells potions for very cheap, and you do not question what apparatus he used to make the potions, nor how clean that apparatus was. You're there for cheap things and, well, beggars and choosers and such and such. Right, so go through, and the potion of lore. Oh, no, never mind, it is more than 100. Alright. So if you notice, there is actually charges. You can go through and recharge and get 3 charges of bull strength, but really it doesn't matter. The important part is that right here, bludgeoning resist, you go through and you have quite a bit of bludgeoning resist, and you will see just how much in a moment. Right, so now that we have that and we have it equipped, come on. Alright, we're going to go off and we are going to find the area where the where you can get the ancient stone shard. So, like everything else, we're going to go back to Portal Plane, and this is the point where I'm going to feel very, very stupid because I have a portal rune and I did not use it. So we're going to go over to Crossblades. Hey Vlad, thanks for holding the fort down there, bud. And once we're in the Crossblades, we're going to go over to the south path. If you've gone through and seen some of the other videos, specifically the one where I went through and talked, give you a bunch of tips for getting started and different areas and loot caches and that sort of stuff, we're actually going to go back and revisit one of them. In South Path, on the southwest side, there's this nice little hut that has some stones in it, and the stones are actually very, very nice. And I'm going to show you the quick way first, and then I'll show you the other thing that you can do after. So if you come down here, just follow the road, and right when you hit this first corner, you should be able to see this. Now, there are two options. You can unlock it. If you have I believe 1 point in unlock is more than enough to be able to open a door. And just for reference, the DC on that lock is 18, so yeah, you'll be able to absolutely unlock it. Worst case scenario, you go through and have to go in a couple times, and make a couple attempts. You can also bash that door down. I find that unlocking it is usually going to be quicker. But yeah, so you want to go through and grab these three things. The most important one is the heart of iron, and clay, and stone. Now, if you look, I've actually come here a couple of times. I've actually come to this 3 times, because there are 3 sets of 3. Now, this is the part where I go through and I start harping on inventory management as I've gone through and very clearly not been managing my inventory. Reason why is because this is one of the annoying quests to do. There's not really a nice way of saying that. So, go through, stack these, like so. Actually, take it back. Stack them like this, and then go ahead and just split them all apart. I wish that there was a split all button, but unfortunately there is not, and well, we just have to suffer with it. Why I'm doing this will be readily apparent in just a moment, but going through and doing this legwork will go through and make your life a whole lot easier. And just because I understand how it is that things are placed in inventory when you go through and add one to your inventory, which splitting technically goes through and adds one to your inventory. So it's going to go from bottom to top, from left to right, which is why I'm doing it the way that you see here. Now you only need 9 of each, and as you can see here, you actually get more than 9 of each if you come in 3 times. It's not a big deal. The extra ones you don't actually need for anything, but you can always go through and donate them to the community chest. Really the only ones that are needed, as you can see, since you have excess of all these. Oh, missed. Just going through and going to that 3 separate times, just while you're running around, go visit that 3 times, and then you'll have 6 extra the heart of stone and 3 extra the heart of clay. But what you need are 9 of each, because there are 9 pillars. Alright, so fun time now. I recommend that you actually swap out your ring of protection +2, because you really aren't going to need it that much. What you're going to want are actually regen more than anything for this. So you can go through and you can fight these guys, which I will do in a moment just so you can see, but you can also go through and just invis past them, and if you have all your stones then it doesn't matter. Now if you go right here, I recommend that you start with the middle one, and this happens sometimes. You just kind of gotta click around until you can get access to it. Perfect. You go through, and in order for these stones to be useful, you need to go through and drop 1 of each into each pillar. This is supposed to go through and indicate to you that you should get 1 of each, but I don't feel like it's super obvious. So go through and just quickly drop 1 of each in, which is why you took all the extra time before to make sure that you separated them out the way that you did, because you want to go through and you want your invis potion to get you as much as it possibly can. And if you go through and separate them out, this is no big deal, as you can clearly see. You do have to be careful that you don't, if you choose to do it this way and you choose to invis, you have to be careful that you do not accidentally click on them and start attacking, because, well, if you're not ready for it, you're not ready for it. And if you do it this way, the what do you call it? The Etenbow necklace is not needed. You literally nothing other than. Nope, that was almost bad. There we go. Yeah, the only thing that you need is the potion of invis. And it should be totally doable to do it inside of 1 potion of invis, unless you really get some rubbish luck. Alright, last 2. also drops these heartstones, which are useful. And I am just now remembering the reason that you want to start with the first one here is so that you can go through and get this heartstone. It will be obvious in just a moment why it is that you need. Oh, come on, don't be like that. Right, because once you go through and you get the last one, a little box is going to pop up there, and you will not be able to get that one in the middle. Right. And once you do that, this nice little box pops up, and it will have a stone weapon in it. Now, I do recommend that you do this quest before. Oh, come on. Come on, don't be like that. I need what's in here. Alright. Alright, there you go. Now, you can go around and get all the heartstones, or not. I am personally going to go through and I'm just going to choose to fight them now since they've seen me. But going through, it's no big deal. I obviously took a lot longer than I needed to be able to actually see them. Come on, guys. Come on. Now, I am going to go through and I'm going to round them all up, so you can see. And I'm going to show you 2 tricks that make life a whole lot easier. I believe I cannot identify it yet. Okay, good. Well, not good that I can't identify it, but good that me memory was correct. Alright. And then if I had been smart again, I would have rested and I'd have the ice storm and take them all down a whole lot more, but it is what it is. Yeah. So you go through, you can fight them, and it's not bad. And as you can see, they're clearly hitting me. They're hitting me, but it's absorbing all the damage. And again, it's the Etin Bone necklace that's doing all of the absorption. So yeah. And then once this goes through and that, see if I can get to the remains. Apparently I'm just gonna have to fight these ones down. Don't take him out. I'm always looking, going like, oh, okay, there's got to be something I can use to, speed this up. There's not, and that's okay. So while I'm waiting to go through and actually get these, here we go. Now I can show you. Right. So when you go through and you fight these guys, you will get 1 apiece. So you can go through and do it that way. And what will happen is there are 9 pillars, and you get 9 of them, but they're 3 pillars of 3 different types. So you go through, and if you get the 3 different pillars of 3 different types, you can only get 3 of the heart stones at a time. So don't do what I did and choose to blow up the pillars blow up 3 of the pillars, and really just hamper your efforts. I either choose to go through and hit the box down in the southwest corner, the one down here, a couple of times, or go through and don't blow up the pillars and let them all respawn, because once you blow up a pillar, none of them will the mob from that pillar will not respawn. You can tell that it's getting later and later and later and later, and I'm just getting more and more out of it. But I am going through and cranking these out as quick as I can, so that you lot can have them when you need them. And yeah. So one of the things that you'll again, while I'm waiting for all this to happen, is whatever weapon you can get an axe, a bastard sword, a dwarven axe. There's a bunch of different things you can get. A battle axe. it's basically this, and it has an enhancement of 1, I believe. But the important part, the thing that is good about it and the reason that you care about it, is because it has a heal use per day, 1 use per day. Now, the downside is that in order to use this heal per day, you have to have it equipped, unless you know the special secret of getting around it, which I will happily show you here in just a moment, as soon as I can get rid of these lads. And I'm actually going to do a horrible bad no, and I'm just going to run away and let them follow me. Because I'm at that point. I'm no chill. I'm just ready to move on. Now I'm not not advocating this, but you can go through and run right into crossblades, and the folks here will go through and finish them off for you. It's not the best thing, but it is a thing. So I mean, if it's an emergency, there you go. Now, very important, you're gonna come over here to the errand boy. You're gonna come to the smithy right there. Come up to the door. You need to be between the door and the errand boy, and then you need to be in talk mode in chat. You need to type shh. That's S followed by 5 H's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When you do that, you can now go through and open this door. You couldn't before. And then you go to the magic anvil, and as soon as you do it, like you can see down here, you'll lose the stone weapon, whatever it is, and you'll get the ancient stone sliver, right? And this is 1 cast use per day of a heal. The important bit is that by doing that, you don't have to have the weapon equipped anymore, which means you can use it for, say, an undead super body by the name of Marvel that you need to go through and kill later, but because he's undead, you can cast heal on him and kill him instantly, or, a harm. So, yeah, as well as, just being able to heal in general. So, there's that. You can go through, and one of the things that I know that I've seen people do or is, I'm gonna go back and make sure that the golems didn't make a mess of things. I've seen people go through and with hardcore characters farm that non-stop because the stone sliver here is a no drop, and because it's a no drop, you're going to be able to go through and just use it a ton. Or you can go through and use it as a hardcore character and it won't get kicked out of your inventory. So yeah, okay, looks like they didn't make a mess, and if they did, one of the townsfolk here cleaned it up, so we're good. Alright, so with that, we're going to go through, we're going to end this video, and I hope to see you lot in the next one. Until then,